Hello and welcome to the Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, three brothers, who happened to be little pigs, went off to the forest to build themselves some homes. They went into the forest and started to gather the materials that they were looking for. The youngest pig found a whole heap of straw. The middle pig found a whole heap of sticks. And the oldest pig, he found a whole heap of bricks. So they dragged all this stuff into a clearing and got to work building their houses. When the first little pig had finished his house, which was made of straw, the other two pigs went over to him and said, "Look, this is very flimsy. This is going to not last." But the little pig said, "I don't care." And he walked into his house and slammed the door. Then the second little pig, who built his house of sticks, he said to the oldest pig, "Come and have a look at my house made of sticks." And the oldest pig said to him, "Look, this isn't going to work. This house of sticks, it's going to blow down. It's not going to stand up." So the middle pig said to him, "I don't care." And he went to his house and he slammed the door. So then the oldest pig went to his brick house. There was nothing he could do. They weren't going to listen to him. He went into his house, sat on his couch, had a scratch, looked around and just said, "I feel pretty safe here." Not long after, a very angry and hungry wolf approached the houses. First of all, he went to the straw house and he knocked on the door and said, "Hey, let me in." So the littlest pig said, "No way, I'm not letting you in here." So the wolf said, "All right, I'm going to huff and I'm going to puff and I'm going to blow the house down." So the little pig said, "Go on." So the wolf did. He huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. So the first little pig, the youngest pig, ran screaming off to the middle pig's house, the one made of sticks. So the wolf chased him, but the little pig got into the stick house just in the nick of time. So the wolf's there and he's going, "Let me in, let me in." So the second little pig said, "No way." So the wolf said, "Let me in or I'm going to blow your house down." So the middle pig said, "Okay, do your best." So the wolf started blowing. He huffed and he puffed and one breath blew the stick house down. So the little pig and the middle pig, obviously terrified, ran off to their older brother's house. That's the house made of bricks. He saw what was going on, he let them in, and the wolf came up to that brick house and started banging on the door and said, "Let me in, let me in." And so the oldest pig said, "No way, you're not coming in here." And the wolf said, "Listen, I'm going to blow your house down. Look what I did to your brother's house." And the oldest pig said, "That doesn't matter. This house is made of bricks. You'll never blow it down." So the wolf said, "Whatever." So he huffed and he puffed, but he couldn't blow the house down. So he tried again. He huffed and he puffed. Still no good. So he huffed and he puffed, but this time he puffed and he huffed. But he still couldn't blow the house down. And to rub salt into the wound, he could hear the three little pigs in the brick house laughing their heads off. However, pigs laugh. All right, so the wolf had a thought and he had a look around and he looked at the roof and he saw the chimney and ding, light bulb moment. So he jumped up onto the roof, climbed into the chimney and started to slide down feet first. But the oldest pig, who was the wisest pig, probably because he's the oldest pig, just went, he's coming down the chimney. So he quickly thought, there was already wood in the fireplace, so he lit it and the flame started to rise up and the chimney filled with smoke. So the wolf's going, "I'll hold my breath." But then his tail caught on fire and he couldn't go any further, so he climbed out of the chimney really fast, going, ouch, 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 ouch. And he got out, jumped on the roof, jumped to the ground, and took off, all sooty looking with his tail on fire going through the paddocks. Well, after this, the three little pigs were sitting around. They'd got their breath back. They were back to normal. The little pig and the middle pig said to the oldest pig, "You're right. We really should have listened." So the oldest pig said, "Don't worry, I'll help you build another house." So they went off back into the forest, grabbed as many bricks as they could. Took a while though, because you've got to build two houses. And before you know it, there were 3 brick houses for each of the little pigs. Meanwhile, the wolf had ran for miles and miles. He was still angry, he was still hungry, so he was still hangry, but he never went back to see the pigs, and he just left them alone forever. And of course, the 3 little pigs lived happily ever after. Thank you.